You're looking at a screen on a phone, a mobile phone. This happens to be an Android phone, but a lot of what I'm going to say will be applicable to the iPhone. We're going to look at how we can scan a document using the mobile phone and then send it on to someone digitally for them to assess it, mark it, review it, and send back some comments. I'm going to look at least 2 apps, maybe 3, to show you what you can do, and then you'll have to look for the equivalent app on the App Store for Apple. So let's have a look at the mobile print. This is a very simple app that's available from Samsung, and it's intended to be used with the Samsung printers, but it's a bit more generic than that, and particularly for what we're going to do next, which is scanning. So we'll click on that particular app on our phone, and once it opens up, it gives us a number of clear options. Over here on the left, we've got the facility for printing, and this one here is particularly important. This is the one for scanning. So we'll normally click on that, and then we get the options to use the scanner that this phone is connected to, or simply use the camera on our phone as a scanner. So we're going to select camera scan for now. And when we do that, it switches on our camera. Now I'm going to allow this to see a sheet of paper as if it was a piece of homework. And can you see it's trying to frame the piece of work? It doesn't matter if it doesn't get it spot on, just as long as you know that you're getting most of the page in the viewfinder. Then you click on the camera icon at the bottom of the screen. So what it's done now is it's scanned the document, it's tried to find the corners of that document, and you can move those little handles that we call them on the edge of the document around until you get it lined up with the page. When you have got that ready, there's a little tick at the top right hand corner you click on to tell it you're happy with that. And there's the final document we're going to get presented with. If you're happy with this, then you can click on the top right hand corner of the tick. Otherwise you can click top left hand corner, edit, to go back and have another go. So I'm going to click tick, and now my document is ready. It's actually been saved. Now ignore the send option at the bottom. We're going to click on camera scan at the top, and there's our app again. And now we're going to go into the options saved list. So now it's showing me all the documents I've recently scanned with this camera and app. And the last one in is the top left hand corner, which I'm going to click on now, select. And down at the bottom now, can you see it's got share? We're going to click on share, and we get lots of options, apps that we can use to share this with. I'm going to take the option Gmail, which is the mail on my phone. And automatically it comes up with from and then someone to send it to. Now on the drop down list you can change who it's from. I'm going to actually change it to mnorris53 Gmail, and I'm going to send it to mjnorris@BT Open World. I'm going to put my subject line in, and my document is clearly below there, I can see it, and I'm going to click on send, and now that's gone off to the person I've sent it to. Now if we go to the email box that this document was sent to, we'll see at the top here we've got Year 8 Maths negative numbers. It says it's been sent from me, which is correct. But I'll open that email up, and there's the document that was sent. I can preview it on the right hand side. It's a bit dark, but it's easy to read, and of course I can download it as well. And then I can open it from my folder. And there is the document that was issued to me, all nicely scanned edge to edge, looking very good in fact. The second app we can look at is called Simple Scanner, and it's this one here. I'm going to click on it now. Now when it opens up, you don't see too much on the screen and you wonder if you've actually made a mistake. But down at the bottom right hand corner there's a little camera icon. You click on the camera icon and the camera is switched on, and you can now see the document you're trying to frame. So line it up as best you can and then take a snapshot of it by pressing on the camera icon again. Now there was a bit of a delay while that happened, but as you can see it's got handles all around the document. It's trying to find the edges of your document, and you can adjust these if you're not very happy how it's positioned them. If you're happy with the document, you can click on the tick on the bottom right hand corner. Now with this particular scanner you get a little bit more control over the final image. So down at the bottom you've got a number of options. So for example, it's on B&W1 black and white. I'll click on auto and it resets the page. It looks a bit more like the real page, but I find far to the right you've got the option to go grey, and that seems to be a little bit more naturalistic, but you can play around with that and see which one best suits the document you're trying to scan. Once you're happy with that, click on the tick on the bottom right hand corner and there's your document all scanned. If you're happy with that, you go to the top of the screen and click on the tick again. Now your document is definitely saved and you have the option to share. And there at the top of the screen you've got the share icon. So we'll click on the share icon and we have now a choice. Do we want to send it as a PDF or send it as an image, a JPEG image? I'm going to send it as a PDF. And now I choose where I want to send it to. Now because I've used mail before, it's remembering the last thing I did with this particular app, Gmail at the top, so I'll click on that. And we go through now the same option we did with the last app I showed you. You can actually put some text in here if you want. Obviously put in who you want to send it to, and then click on the send icon at the top of the screen. And that's now gone away to be looked at. Now let's look at an app called iScanner. I'll click on the icon. Now this one scans documents to PDF. So first of all we'll frame the document we want to scan. Now it's on automatic at the moment. It's telling me to hold still and then it will try and take a picture. So it's taking the picture now and we'll click on that very picture to go and take it to the next step. Now you can see on the screen that the document doesn't look fantastic at the moment. We do have some controls over this. So first of all I'm going to go into the settings option here, and on the left and right I've got control contrast and brightness. So let me just change the contrast slightly and maybe the brightness up and down until I get it where I think it's about right. And I can change by using the more crude controls at the bottom, a combination of those until I think it's about right, and then I can save it. So down at the bottom left hand corner I've got the icon that changes the shape or the area that I want to actually record. Finally I can crop it basically. So I'll click on that now and you can see I've got some handles and I can move those handles in until I get to the edges of the document that I want. Get as close as I can. And then some fine adjustment. I can do some fine adjustment on this. And fine adjustment down here. And that's about right. That's close enough. And I'll save that. Oh, by the way, can you see it's you can change the page size at the bottom here. So I've got it set for A4. We'll click on save now. And there's our document. Not too bad. It's good enough for sending it to someone. So I'll save that. And now once I've got that in place, I've got the option to distribute this or share it. So I'll click on the share option. And again I choose who I want to send it to. The normal mail system if you want to use mail. And you fill that in just like you did before. One last thing to say is that at any point you can go back to the document that you just sent and you can still modify it. So you can see how my handles are around the document. I can go back to the original setting by clicking on the icon at the bottom left hand corner and adjust it, and readjust the size of my document. Once again, I can go into my document at any point, and I can even put a signature on it. So I could put my name in, for example, like this, and click on the tick, click done, and that will appear at the bottom of my document now. So you can put your own signature on it if you wish. One more point about the versatility of this package is if I click on the plus sign in the middle of the bottom bar here, I can actually add pages. I can create a proper document with this. I can add pages to the camera or add pages to the gallery. All in all, a fairly versatile package to help you scan documents and send them out to someone.